y'all? This your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't, subscribe to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. I'm a fan of the channel, so I booked a 2-hour session just to show support, just to show love and say what's up. He provided a wealth of information, way more than I was even expected. He has an excellent presentation. So I just wanted to let y'all know you will not be disappointed. Book the consultation, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Dre, man, I appreciate you. I will be out in Colombia in 2025 next year, and I look forward to linking up with you. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually,
we're here. Love Crossing Borders. That's where all the good men are.
Exactly.
Shout out to all you guys that are here. We are live. Appreciate all you gentlemen that are here with Andre and Andrea.
I'm next to you. You don't have to
You're next
raise
to
your
me.
voice.
Okay, I can bring my microphone down. You know how I am.
You know, but anyway.
I'm excited.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to.
You sound so loud. No, I'm kidding.
I can hear me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love Crossing Borders.
Yes, sir.
2025.
2025.
25. We have been doing this for the last 6 years.
6 years. You
In
guys
April.
have been stuck with us. Yes.
6 years. Wow.
Can you
Times.
imagine?
Now, it's just blown my mind that it's gonna be the 5th year that we have the pandemic. Wow.
Since we had the pandemic 6 years ago. 5 years ago. Then we've been together.
We've been together 7 years.
7 years.
This year. Yeah.
Time flies by. So
yeah.
Don't take it for granted. Shout out to you guys over on Rumble. Shout out to all you guys over there on YouTube and all you guys over on Facebook that are watching as well. Shout out to all you guys that are watching us from each one of the platforms. We appreciate you guys for being here. Tonight is a great topic.
It is.
It won't just be us talking. It'll be about, you'll be seeing a video from Dr. Price, the brother that's on YouTube, who talks about eating healthy and living healthy. And one of the things that you guys have to realize is that there are foods that exist in the United States that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, I see a lot of TikTok videos, and they show how all the change that people like Latinos, for example, they're going through when they move to the States. They say people believe here there is the American dream, and don't take me wrong, but it's the fact like you change a lot, that the diet change your body and your mind and your emotions so much. It's so different. And I can tell by my family experience, when they're going over there, they gain weight like crazy.
Yeah.
Like my grandma and my aunties, when they go to visit, they get a lot of weight because only the diet.
Wow.
But yeah, it's true.
Wow. It's those things that you don't think about when you go to the United States. You don't think about how easy it is to put on weight. But
yeah, it's really easy. It's like if we stay in London for a month, the diet over there is that British breakfast is.
That's true. That's true. Let's get some music going, guys.
It's heavy. It was heavy. I remember. Okay, wait a second. There we go.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Let's make sure you're comfortable. All right, guys. Shout out to all you guys that are here right now. We'll let Andrea have the microphone to give you guys, the microphone, so you guys can get shout out through her.
Okay. Thank you so much for the people start coming to the live stream. Thank you a lot. Christopher is here. Thank you so much.
You might want to go back to the super chat and read it always first.
Okay, wait a second. Evan in Espanol.
Evan, yes.
Thank you, Evan. He said American food sucks. The best food I ever had was when I was in South Korea. I believe you. And Brazil, I believe you too.
Yeah.
There's only 2 things the United States has has that is better, the dollar currency and the military
True. I could easily see that.
and the passport.
No, we're not even the top 10 passports.
But it's a really good passport.
No, we're not saying that it's not good. You're right.
Yeah, I think is with the Canadian one, Canadian and the United States are the better passport in whole America.
Okay. In
America, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Don, thank you so much for being here.
We'll go to the top. There we go. No. Scroll back up, baby. That poor man. Scroll back up. There you go. Start right there. Shout out to poor man.
Yeah.
Detroit boys.
Fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
That's what we give poor man a shout out, because us Detroit boys don't play with us.
Joshua, thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to this conversation. Thanks, Andre. We got here. Thank you so much.
GJ in the building.
Yeah, GJ. David, thank you a lot. Family, Andre and Andra, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Or one of the
D&B,
loyals.
I know, right?
Yeah.
D&B been around forever.
Dave Fleming, thank you a lot for being here.
Shout out to my dude.
Okay. So we're doing good tonight, you guys. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Shout out to all you guys that are here right now. I know some of you guys are watching the playoffs. You watching my Detroit Lions get smashed yesterday.
By Cavaliers?
By the Commanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cavaliers are basketball.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought you were talking about basketball? Yeah.
No. I was talking about football.
Football.
Oh, Detroit probably got beat up by the basketball too. Shout out to the Eagles that are still flying. You know, Saquon Barkley helped me get my another fantasy football championship win. You know, so shout out to Saquon and his record, getting over 2,000 yards. Definitely help your boy out with fantasy.
Cortez say the government is poisoning. Is that right?
Poisoning.
Us through the food. And guys, why you guys? What I see on videos and everything, and I think it's around the world. It's around the world that now kids got a lot of chemicals in their food and everything. And I believe, I'm not saying just the US, I believe it around the world, they want us to get sick. They want us to have heart disease, cholesterol, diabetes, what else? Depression, anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety coming from the food, what other kidney, cancers, colon cancer, stomach cancer, kidney sickness,
breakdown of your kidneys,
exactly.
your liver.
Your liver, fatty liver, it's just they want us really, really, really sick to the pharmacy industry go up. I believe that it's around the world.
Got to make that money. Yeah, this is what they're looking at, right? Good call, babe.
El Patron, thank you so much for being here.
In the building.
Gabriel say good evening, Andre and Andra. Such a vital topic. And when I was in Colombia last year for a month, I was eating 2 or 3 times a day, but I still lost around 10 pounds. I believe that the food in Colombia is healthier. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Big Pharma can charge you for the how is it course?
The cures.
Cures.
Yeah, for the
I learning how to pronounce the C and the U too.
Cures. Cures. Like cute.
I know. More sick people equal more money for medicine and treatments, and that's why they aren't curing anything. Only treating you long enough to the milk every dollar or whatever from us.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. It has been proven that cancer can be cured. Yeah, the doctors still deny the cancer. I hear you guys, and this is before I start with a live stream or topic. I hear from a girl that she got ovary cancer level 4 or stage 4. And she said, my cure was obviously I did my chemotherapy because it's medicine, chemical medicine. But I start change all my diet. I cut all sugar, because cancer, his favorite food is glucose or sugar. She cut all the sugar, and she start having water and lime every day. Water and lime every day, and she obviously finally, thanks God, she get out of cancer. Yeah,
That's really good.
that's why I practice. What's this? MAD.
See, that's why I practice. I don't know. Poor man,
It's
let
a
me know what that
diet or
is.
something. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Andre with the shout outs, guys. And we're going to get started with the video.
Mm.
Oh, one meal a
meal
day.
a day.
Oh, shout out to you, brother, for letting us know what that is.
Okay.
Appreciate that. 1 meal a day. Appreciate you as well for giving us that insight. And a lot of people do that and they feel healthier.
Yeah, that is we call here ayuno intermitente, like fasting.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
fasting.
Yeah.
Intermittent fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pull this video up. You got something else you want to say?
No. I hear El Patron say I stay in the health food store. Like there's people out to poison me. Poison me or wait. You see? Ayuno intermitente.
Shout out to Jay Anderson, the great, in the building. Shout out to you. As we pull up the video, we're going to be watching once again. This is Dr. Kelly Price. Make sure not Dr. Kelly Price, but Dr. Price. Make sure you guys subscribe to this brother's channel. He gives a lot of great information as we look at some of the foods that are not just banned in the United States, but food that exists in the United States that you did not know existed. Shout out to the Quiet Storm, the Rumble gang. Shout out to all you guys over there on Rumble. Rumble, young men, Rumble. We appreciate you guys over there. If you haven't subscribed to our Rumble channel, make sure that you subscribe to Rumble on Love Crossing Borders.
Exactly.
Let's get started. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You saw I did that.
And blessings, people. Welcome back to the channel once again. And today's video is a video you want to watch this one all the way through. And the reason why is because I'm always getting the question of, Doc, what should I eat for this? Or what herbs should I take for this? Or what superfood is good for this? And people focus on what they want to add into their healing regimen, but they don't focus on what is actually causing them to lose their health in the process. And what I mean by that is nothing can overcompensate for an unhealthy, toxic diet.
These are the apples that you're eating in the United States. These are the apples in the United States.
That time has come. November 22nd. I came into this world with an innate understanding of balance relative to yin and yang. I came into this world at approximately 11 p.m., the hours of which yin energy is close to its peak. The energy of yin represents to all the acceptance of what is. Yin also...
They don't have a problem with it, y'all.
And she still gonna cook it.
See, they love my food, y'all. Even when they know I'm cooking, y'all, they just pop out of nowhere.
She
They
on
love
the
my
live
food.
stream
There's nothing else.
with a dog.
So anyway, I'm making this dish for a good friend of mine, y'all. I make it all the time when she has birthdays and all this stuff. So I'm just gonna show y'all how I make it.
Let's see how much sugar's in this entire bottle of ketchup. 4 grams of sugar for every tablespoon.
4 grams.
Each tablespoon is 15 milliliters.
Watch till you
This
see it.
entire bottle is 750 ml. So if we divide the entire bottle, 750 divided by 15 ml, there are 50 tablespoons worth of ketchup in here. Each tablespoon is 4 grams of sugar. So 50 times 4 equals 200. This entire bottle has 200 grams of sugar. Let's measure that.
Shout out to T-Mac in the building. All that sugar in that one ketchup.
This is what it looks like. So that's either 39.5 teaspoons or 56.5 cubes of sugar in 1 bottle of ketchup. If you want to learn more about the sugar content in various foods and drinks, I've created a free sugar guide just for you. It's an infographic that shows how much sugar is in different items and even equates it to the number of Krispy Kreme donuts. To download it for free, hit the link.
And the unfortunate thing is the US food here in the US is very toxic, okay? So today we're gonna be talking about the 12 US foods that are banned in other countries. And many of these foods you're very familiar with. Many of these foods, many of us grew up eating on. Many of these foods are common things that we actually think are healthy.
Remember what I told you about the dirty dust? This one's organic, that one's poison. We don't put plastic on our food. Grab me one of the cloth bags. Cancer, pesticides, poison. It has to say grass-fed and finished. No, you know we brew our own. Modified wheat starch. I guess we're not having tacos. Soybean oil. We'll just make our own. Get over here, you know we only shop perimeter. It's sad how they poison all these kids these days. You know we don't buy red dye. Remember what I told you about neurotoxins? Absolutely not. This has aspartame. You know that turns into formaldehyde in your body. These poor eggs, I feel so bad for the chickens they came from. Only ever buy organic, pasture raised. These added hormones, they'll make you start puberty early. This is why we buy raw milk from the farm. I don't care if it's organic. It has tons of added sugar.
And so what I'm going to do is go into 12 foods that are banned in other countries. Many of them are banned in multiple countries. And I'll explain why many of them are banned. And so what I need you to do is help me share this information with the people you love so that we can get this message out. Because here's the thing. I had the fortunate opportunity to work for the FDA during my graduate final year of graduate school. And it was.
We're going to pause for a second just for you, girl, Andre. FDA is the Food and Drug Administration in the States.
Yeah.
That are in control of our drugs.
La FDA.
What's it called in Colombia?
I mean, in Espanol it's FDA.
And what's the organization in Colombia that controls the food and the drugs? Make sure everything is safe.
El INVIMA.
El INVIMA?
INVIMA. Like every product that we have, every vitamins that we buy here is gotta have INVIMA registration. If it's not safe to buy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to let you guys know that.
Yeah.
It was a really great opportunity because it helped me understand a few things. It helped me understand that the FDA is undermanned. They don't have enough people to do what they need to do. They don't have enough funding. And the unfortunate thing is they don't have enough power to actually make the decisions that they need to make. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because the label FDA approved probably doesn't have the meaning that you would hope it would have for your own safety.
True question.
Just walked into the store. You will not believe what is going on up in here. This is crazy. Let me just show you. I talked to an employee and they said that all of this cannot even be sold. Every single piece of food in the store that is cold or frozen has to be thrown away. So they have it roped off to throw it away.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Wow, so all of this will get trashed because it can't be sold.
Every frozen item.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I guess it's for the best because it could make people sick, right?
I guess.
Right.
But it's not up to me. If it was up to me, we'd be having it. But they can't sell it. It's no good.
Couldn't get given away to employees or anything? No, ma'am. It all just gets trashed. Yeah, because it can make people sick. All the fish, gone. Crab legs, lobster, everything thrown out. All the meat, gone. All the fruit, like all the strawberries, everything gone.
Yeah, we lost everything. Went out like midnight and didn't come back till 2.
Everybody need to watch this video.
In 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low-orbit satellites.
Now notice he didn't say the high orbiting satellites that are in the sky right now. He said that corporations and billionaires such as Elon Musk, such as Bill Gates and other billionaires are buying thousands, tens of thousands of low floating satellites. And this person that's speaking is RFK Jr. For those of you that remember who RFK Jr. is, he's the guy that Trump now is going to put over the Food and Drug Administration. So that's who this guy is that's talking, the guy that's going to be over the Food and Drug Administration, and he's giving us some heads up.
Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. They're putting in 5G to harvest our data and control our behavior. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply.
This is real meat, no compromise, made in front of you.
So you grew this chicken in these tanks behind us?
Yes.
Without ever slaughtering a chicken?
You could ask me that 1,000 times, and the answer is yes, yes, yes. We grew it right here. They're getting the oxygen.
His company, Upside Foods, just received clearance from the USDA to start selling their meat, made at this production center in Emeryville, California.
We'll be able to produce 50 to 75,000 pounds of meat every year, right away.
Another frozen fruits recall, but this time it's not just strawberries. Frozen fruits sold by Walmart, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Target, Aldi, and AWG are getting recalled because of a listeria contamination. Listeria is an organism that can be fatal or can cause serious problems for children, elderly, or those that are immunocompromised. Just weeks after the hepatitis A outbreak with organic strawberries, but this time it's not just strawberries. This time we have a long list of fruits like blueberries, strawberries, mangoes, cherries, fruit medleys, and much more that may be contaminated. So if you have bought...
Listen, until y'all have that near-death ER experience, I don't feel like y'all gonna ever get it. I keep telling y'all, learn how to grow your own food. Between the recalls, listeria outbreaks, E. coli outbreaks, we cannot trust the FDA. When y'all ready to take matters to your own hands and learn how to properly grow your own food, the science behind different food, because it's bigger than just what you eat and how you eat it, how you store it. Make sure y'all go lock in with us. We got about 150 family Bibles left. Go grab yours right now. It comes with an in-home baking board game and a curriculum. We only got 150 left. Go to the link in the bio or go to deadgrace2.com right now. If y'all use that payment plan at checkout, y'all only gonna pay $15. Go grab yours right now. We only got 150 left. I'm gonna let y'all know again. Go grab them because when they're done, they're done.
And so, again, many of these foods that I'm about to bring up, these things are FDA approved. And the unfortunate thing is that despite being FDA approved, and in other countries, they've shown that these foods are unhealthy for their citizen and they protect their citizens from it. Here in the U.S., that is not the case. And so it's so important that we make decisions for ourselves because the governing agencies that are designed to do that aren't making them for us. And it's really important for us to understand that it's called the Food and Drug Administration. They are in charge of what drugs are approved and to go into the medical, industry, what foods are approved, to go into the food industry. They're in charge of that. And so if they are, and the job is not being done at a level that protects us, then we have to protect ourselves. Okay, so we're going to dive into those 12 foods today. Again, many of these are going to be mind-blowing moments for you, but the same way as a chemist turned herbalist and, plant-based nutritionist, the same way I had to learn the difference between unnatural chemistry and organic living chemistry. There's a huge difference and they're not supposed to mix. And that's why these foods are on the list. Okay, so number one, and this is in no order of priority or toxicity. Number one, citrus sodas and Gatorade. And why? Because they contain a compound called BVO or brominated vegetable oil. Okay, and this is very toxic to our health.
Belong in the engines of cars, not in your food.
These are not real food products. These are products made in factories. These are products that require heat and chemicals and high pressure to extract what little oil there is.
The heat and chemicals used in the manufacturing process oxidizes these delicate seed oils. When you eat oxidized vegetable oils like soy, canola, corn, and safflower or sunflower, they create free radicals throughout your body that are highly inflammatory and known to cause heart disease and cancer. Why are we always trying to eat more antioxidants? To combat free radicals like the ones found in refined vegetable oils.
And then they're used by restaurants in the most carcinogenic way possible. They heat them, reheat them, cool them off, heat them again, and use them for a week. So switching to vegetable oils or seed oils was probably a terrible idea in the first place.
One researcher from the University of Minnesota went to a variety of fast food restaurants in her neighborhood and purchased French fries, and then took them back to her lab for testing. She found numerous compounds of toxic aldehydes in the fries. Aldehydes are known to cause gene mutation, alter RNA and DNA, and trigger massive inflammation in the body.
Vegetable oil is highly toxic, and anyone who advises people to eat vegetable oils is also giving misinformation.
I tell my
Before they go any further, I want to hear from Andrea in regards to the oils that we use. What type of oil do we purchase?
I always make sure we purchase different type of oils for air fryer, for make the eggs, because sometimes we're not doing anymore like we used to be, because your blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
We used to in the past. I used to the pandemic, maybe before the pandemic. I used to make a lot of plantains, with regular oil like canola oil.
Right.
And
like they were just showing.
Exactly. And now at least I don't try to use fried things or fry French fries or fry plantains anymore, to not use too much canola oil. We got canola oil, yes, but we use it for something like plantains. We not use it too much. And when I use it, I make sure to use a little spoon of canola oil, because I know that is really unhealthy oil, right? But we use a lot all the your seafood, your salmon, trucha, shrimps, my chicken too. I use the olive oil. I use olive oil for salads, olive oil. I use avocado oil for sometimes boiled eggs, I try to use a lot of oils, and
different variety.
Exactly.
Not that we use a lot of oil, because we use like teaspoon here, teaspoon there, unless we're frying something. But 90% of the time, if not 99% of the time, we're frying something or broiling something. We make it in the air fryer. Even macaroni and cheese for the holiday, I make it in the air fryer. Yes, you can make good macaroni and cheese in your air fryer.
For example, one nutritionist, she said, for example, if you're gonna eat, you guys, spaghetti, we love spaghetti, but we're trying to not eat too much spaghetti, because a lot of carbs. But when you eat a spaghetti or red meat at the restaurant, she said, just put a lot of olive oil, on top, and that's going to make like a balance between fat and really good healthy fat. That is olive oil.
Fats, yes.
So that's what I do when I get a piece of steak or something. So I just put a lot of olive oil on top of my meat, and that is going to balance, everything. But it's the same thing with bread. But that is a little tip that I got for you guys. With bread, with shrimps, shrimp got a lot of sodium. Salmon, sometimes dry salmon, even that I use olive oil after the salmon is outside of the air fryer. I put olive oil on top, to make it healthier. But yeah, when it comes to oils, for example, I grew up, since I was a little kid, I'm coming from a middle class family. So we grew up with canola oil to everything. So my family used canola oil. My family still uses canola oil because olive oil here is expensive for them. Avocado oil, just the little container that we have, is really expensive for a regular family in Colombia. And I understand, but the benefits that you have, it's a lot.
Yeah, I always say, before we go back to the video, I always say that you're going to pay on one end or the other. You're either going to go ahead, eat what you want, enjoy the taste and the flavors and all the seasonings. You eat from any restaurant and buy anything you want. I got you. But the one thing that you're going to have to realize in the cheap foods, but one thing you're going to have to start to realize on the other end, as you get older, you're going to start paying for medical expenses, medicine, surgeries. So either you pay now with healthier foods, like the one brother said, he said $30 virgin olive oil from Italy. Some people say $30, I'm not doing that. Cool. But do realize now you're going to be paying $30 per pill when you need medicine.
Exactly.
Because you didn't do the olive oil or whatever it may be.
Yeah. And so I understand. And now people are making fun about this because doctors say to have a healthy lifestyle, you need to start using olive oil, salmon, almonds. We understand that a middle class family in a low class family, they can't afford. They can't, and it's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
They need to just buy the typical regular oil to do everything, or eggs, meat, chicken, rice, all of that. So when I stay with my mom, because I was sick last year, when I stay with my mom, I bought for me a big olive oil. I say, Mom, keep the olive oil. You know, I got more in my house, but use it at least for me, for my chicken and everything. Olive oil, because it's better. I know it's not cheap, but it's better.
Yeah. Right here, T-Mac says, he said, I had chronic inflammation, but my former company gave us free access to dietitians so he can talk to somebody about his diet. It turned my health around because they would take us on grocery store tours. That's real cool. And it advised us on what to buy and avoid. Yeah, it changed his life and the inflammation. Yeah. El Patron says this. He said, always look at the harvest date. That's a good point. The harvest date of the olive oil or the olive oil bottle. Sometimes they store the olive oil in plastic drums for years and the olive oil oxidates. Do you guys know that's the same thing they do in the United States with orange juice? They store them in giant towers for years. The orange juice that you're buying right now in the United States that you think is fresh.
I'm gonna grab you a beer.
Okay. The orange juice that you guys think in the United States is actually fresh. We're sitting up here just enjoying some beers, some cervezas. Andre got her female beers that she loves. But the orange juice that you buy in the States, it actually sits in towers for years. And you don't even know that tower. You think that's a water tower that you're riding by, and it's actually an orange juice tower. Evan says this. Shout out to Evan being in the building once again. He say, and shout out to you for the super chat. He said, everything that I go to Colombia and Brazil, every time I go to Colombia and Brazil, I lose weight. He said, the food tastes amazing. He said, it gives me energy that I didn't even experience in the United States. Gives me more motivation to leave the United States forever. I give you guys a perfect example of what Evan was saying. Today, I went hiking up the mountain, right? And I mean hiking up the mountain. I actually looked it up on ChatGPT when I got back. The average person hiking up this mountain here, Three Crosses Mountain, you have the same thing in Medellin too, 4,100 steps. 4,100 steps. Thank you very much, man. Oh, yeah, ice cold too. 4,100 steps to walk up that mountain. If I hadn't been here in Colombia eating healthy, at the same time exercising at the age of 58, that walk wouldn't have taken place.
No, I was. You know what? I wasn't worried, but I was like, I hope that Andre can do it. I hope that Andre. Yeah, because there's people that get tired and everything. So thanks God that Andre got. Wait, can you open this for me?
Yes, ma'am.
The Andre did it good, but yeah, I mean, when it comes to and I just check, and I need to buy more olive oil. But yeah, you guys, I mean, here I always try to buy a lot of oils, coconut oil, the avocado one that we try. We still got some over there, and yeah, I always trying to have a lot of options when it comes to cooking here in the house. For example, when Andre started this blood pressure program, almost like 3 years ago, he's gonna be 3 years ago. Andre used to, and I understand, and maybe that's why you have that high blood pressure, because you came from the States with that diet, and Andre used to eat a lot of mac and cheese, a lot cheese, different type of cheese, cheddar, mozzarella, parmesano, and those got a lot of Sodium. Yeah. So when he start his program, we eat cheese. I love cheese, but I'm trying to buy different cheese. Maybe Ann here is gonna understand what I'm gonna say. I buy here a queso cuajada, the one that recommend the Nutritional because it doesn't have too much fat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And once in a while I got mozzarella for sandwich, but I trying to not buy too much cheese, the other ones, you know, Switzerland cheese and everything, because Drake and obviously me, but more him because he needs to keep his diet, his blood pressure good and everything. But yeah, since we did it, Andrew started having really good result with his cholesterol and everything. And now that I think he told you guys that he got his glucose check, he got 2 exams for glucose because his glucose was a little bit, not too much, a little bit high. I started giving Andrew prepare every morning green juices with cucumber, cucumber, spinach, and celery. And I give that to Andrew for weeks, and thanks God he glucose back to normal. But yeah, I mean, it's just like find the way, you know, find the way to do it. And thanks God we got the economy to keep our diet.
Yeah.
Because I see it with my family. My mom, my dad, my grandma, and the rest of my family can't have the diet that we have.
And they're not used to the diet that we have. So it's, for a lot of people, including in the States, it's not even about, you know, can you afford the $30 Italian olive oil? For many of us, we can, based on our Jordan collection. But we just don't want to because we're so comfortable with how things are. We're so comfortable with knowing that, for example, in the Black community, we use a lot of seasonings, right? We use Lowry seasoned salt. We use Himalayan salt. We use a lot of peppers. We use a lot of different type of seasoning for our foods. The reason why we do that is to overlap the taste of the unhealthy chicken or the unhealthy pork or the unhealthy fish in the United States. But then guys come to Colombia or Brazil and you eat foods that don't need as much seasoning, just salt and pepper. And now you're scratching your head like this food is not good. It doesn't taste right. Not knowing that the food in Brazil, that beef in Brazil doesn't have the chemicals in it that you're used to tasting. You're used to tasting those chemicals. And those foods don't have the different type of seasonings that we put on our foods in the United States because they don't need to hide anything. Don't forget this, gentlemen. We were originally put seasoning on our food in the United States to hide the taste and the flavor, not to enhance. We want to call it enhancing now, modern day, but initially it was to overcome the unnatural or the nasty taste of many of the foods that were starting to get chemicals in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s in our diets.
For example, you know, in our diet, one of the nutritionists say, if you like, because as a human, we like to use, in Colombia, we like to use salt a lot. We like the food tastes good. And he say, it's better, I recommend to people that not buy the regular salt, you know, the processed salt, you know, buy the one that is crystal salt, you know, and the one that you, like the pepper, you put in the container and you start to, that's the one that I got here. Sales en cristales, or crystal salt. And so that's what the one that I use here for seasoning or something. And other thing that I use for seasoning the food, not trying to use too much salt and the seasoning that you explained. I use rosemary. Sorry. Rosemary, thyme, is that right? Thyme and laurel. For my chicken and for his fish, I always use these three we call hierbas. How do you say? In Colombia we use a lot.
Yeah, we also use throughout the weeks turmeric.
Herbs.
We got the turmeric powder. Oh, herbs. Yeah,
herbs.
Different herbs.
Turmeric thing. Turmeric too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Herbs.
Evan says this. He said, Andre, what restaurants would you recommend in Cali. I love steak, and I plan to come to your city sometimes this year. He said, I'm very excited. Shout out to you, brother.
Well, restaurant, we know a lot of restaurants.
But you know more of probably what would be a good steak restaurant.
Oh yeah, the one is close to here. It called Palo Mulata.
Mm-hmm.
Palo Mulata is especially for steak. I mean, they got 2 plates for chicken and salmon. They don't have anything else. But a steak, they are really famous for steaks. That one and Palma Malbec. That's another one. And they use meat from Argentina. They use Argentina, how do you say, meat or red meat?
Oh, Argentina makes the best beef in the world.
Yeah.
Their beef is world famous, Argentina beef. There are very few places in the world that have, and I mean in the world, that have better beef than Argentina. So Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, that whole area, how they treat their beef is completely different, and it's top of the line beef. So to have steaks that come from that location, could you do me a favor, babe? Mm-hmm. Could you look up the name and the address of that restaurant? Email it to me so I could pull it up in the email right here, and then I could put it in the comment section. Shout out to you guys that are here. That's a great question, brother.
I know. I'm going to the live stream. You
go put it in the live stream for the guys. Cool. So Andrew going to put the restaurant information inside the live stream for you. So any of you guys that are coming here,
link here, right?
No, you going to the live stream. The
This
live
one.
stream. Click that.
Okay. So I'm gonna Andrea Wallace TV. I'm going to test the name.
Yeah, so it's going to come from Andrea Wallace TV. Shout out to you guys. He said, Dre, did you know brown eggs average? Dang.
$7? I say almost $8.
We
How
just-
many?
Just for 12. I'm just for 12.
For 12. That's a lot.
What did you pay the other day for our brown eggs? These are fresh brown eggs.
In that, and they were on sale. That what I bought cotton for my grandma, for my mom, and for us. 9,000 pesos, $2 for 30 eggs.
For 30 eggs, $2.
Brown eggs. Brown eggs.
Boy, they coming with the big guns in the States. Y'all paying for eggs, and you guys' eggs aren't even organic. Like, they may be brown, but I'm talking about here in Colombia, they still got the feathers on the side of them. Some of these eggs, you'll sit back and be like, are these feathers on these? Well, that's quite often that you'll find how fresh the eggs are in Colombia.
and they are. I mean, seriously, we have a really good experience with these eggs. Like, and obviously we got different type of price. Here in Colombia, I don't know if it's the States, and you correct me or you guys let me know. But here in Colombia, they sell the small eggs, and they got even what is it, like a stage or class. So first one is A, or group A. There are a small one that we always buy. The second one is double A, a little bigger, and the third one's triple A or triple A, and those ones are more expensive because they are bigger. And yeah, they're 30,000 pesos. The current, 24 eggs, yeah, all of that. But yeah, we always buy. No,
he said 8 eggs.
So $1 per egg.
He said, I remember paying 30,000 pesos for 96 eggs. And I believe you.
And in the towns, the ones that got farms and everything, they are cheaper.
Yeah, that's what EMB was talking about. He said, I heard that the egg prices in the U.S. have skyrocketed. In Colombia, eggs are very economical and have a larger orange. That's very important because I was going to say that earlier. He said it has I said larger, but darker orange yolk, higher in omega-3s. He is 100% correct. The United States, we got that bright yellow yolk that runs, like as soon as you crack the egg, it just runs all over the place. Here in Colombia, it's orange. It's orange in South America. Absolutely correct. He said, LJ says, Andrea and Andrea said, what's the best vegan restaurant?
I'm going to look. The only one that we know is the one that is close to our house.
Yes.
It's the only one, and the food is delicious, like delicious. To be vegan.
Okay, so Andrea's going to drop the link for you guys in the comments for the steak restaurant, and she's gonna drop the link if she can find it to it's an Afro-Colombian vegan restaurant that we go to. Afro-Colombian. It's always packed, man, and their food is good. So if you want some Afro-Colombian food, but yet it's vegan, this is the spot. So we go there. We go there at least every month, at least 3 times. Ever since they've opened, we're always there, or we're ordering food from there. He said, I got my eggs from a family farm near Pareda. Man, that's a good. I knew that's why.
You see?
Yeah.
That's what I was talking
That explains everything. Small town farms. Yes, sir.
And you know that this is the difference here in Colombia. Here in Colombia, they say in the how to say, when you buy the eggs, the brand or description, they say these eggs come from how do you say, free jail chickens?
Free range chickens. Meaning the chicken got they weren't in the cage. They were free. They ran around and they free range chicken.
And they don't have too much stress, so they're not in the watered house. Yeah, that's what they say. So that's why it's more expensive.
Yeah, they're not in the wired house. So let's get back to the video while Andrea pulls all that up. He said chickens run around all day eating organic chicken feed and bugs. Yes, sir. Like chickens are supposed to do. Free range. Yes, sir. He
Cage
said,
free.
Yep. He said vegan restaurant. Oh, there you go. Andrea just dropped the name of the vegan restaurant. You guys can look that up. It's over here. It's only like maybe a 10-minute walk from Chippy Chape. Maybe. We used to live literally around the corner from it. It's got a bunch of Airbnbs. There's a big, huge Airbnb across the street from it. There's 2 across the street from it, and there are Airbnbs all around it. And so, like I said, we live 5 years around the corner from that particular location where the Afro-Colombian vegan restaurant is. Yeah. So now from here, we're about maybe a 10-minute drive, 7-minute drive.
Yeah.
So we're not far away at all. So we can still enjoy.
But it's funny
restaurant.
Because sometimes I say, Drake, hey, babe, even though they're not even here, I say, babe, sorry, do you want me to order something? Yeah, or okay. So I order, I just pay. They already know the apartment, so I don't have to tell them the apartment, the location, and that's it. I just pay for the transfer, and that's it.
Yeah, so a lot of times I'll have their food delivered.
Yeah. Because we already know if we're in South or other part, no.
All right. And Gabrielle says this before we go back to the video. He says, LJ says, thanks, Andrea. And he said, egg prices in the States have skyrocketed in recent months. There has been a chicken flu in the chickens spreading around. Goodness gracious.
Or eggs are so, guys, literally are so fresh that they have the feathers.
I was just saying that the feathers are still on.
Like, and I don't care. We don't, because I clean them before using. But yeah, we eat a lot of eggs here in our family. Like seriously, I have 3 every morning. I made for Dre 3 or 4. Always. This big guy, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah. Before we go back to the video, here we go. I'm gonna share something with you guys real quick. That Andrea doesn't know that I have here. But wait a minute, let me show this real quick. Give me a second. I know what I'm looking for when I see it. Bam, there we go.
Don't show me because I was in pajamas.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I made for Dre. There we go. What? No, you did it all wrong, baby.
Yes, I did.
Go for
Let's
a second.
do this again.
Screen. That one is.
There you go.
The other day I made French toast for Dre. You know, there we go. French toast for Dre, and you see that I always eat the eggs in this way. Always. How do you call these eggs?
Boiled.
Boiled eggs. Okay, boiled eggs. And for Dre, I made different ones, and I put some black pepper, you know, and I think other pepper. And yeah, my friends don't for your boy. I always trying to do something different when it comes to the breakfast.
Yes, it was excellent. It was the French toast was amazing, man. Amazing.
I know there's not the most healthy, but I want to do something different.
Yeah, this is our first time even trying.
I know
French
arepas, and I buy maybe 4 different types of arepas. Dre knows. I buy different arepas, about the small ones, about the big ones, about with no salt, about the ones with cheese, about what's the other one that we like? Chocolate arepas. I always trying to have different type of arepas here.
Yeah, definitely. Just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. Let's go back to the video.
Avoid the industrial seed oils.
We'll find them in things like Mountain Dew. So quite often what you'll notice is that these products, if you see them in another country, that the company has literally removed the BVO, the brominated vegetable oil, from the product, and now it's a healthier version of that. Okay, we see that with for instance, the Mexican Coke. Everybody's heard of it like a Mexican Coca-Cola. Okay, it's called that simply because they removed the high fructose corn syrup, which is detrimental to our health, and put in a quote unquote natural sugar. Okay, so number 1, citrus sodas and also Gatorade. Now imagine that. Gatorade, we give this to athletes. They drink it during the game, during halftime, while training, and they're drinking this compound, is basically you can call it. Unfortunately, that is detrimental to their health. Okay, and number two is maraschino cherries. Okay, now why is that important? Because you would think that this is a fruit and that life is sweet and everybody wants a cherry on top. But the unfortunate thing about maraschino cherries is that the reason why they're so red is because they add a dye to it. And that dye is called red number 40. And that red number 40 is highly allergenic and highly toxic to our gut health. Okay.
Yeah, that's red number 4 or rojo 40. FDA a few days ago say that is super cancer. How do you say cancer?
Cancerous.
Yeah, cancerous, and it has been shocking everywhere because it have in some in everywhere. I mean, in juices, Gatorade, cereal, candies, pastries, ingredients. Yeah, they say that is super toxic food. Oh, super toxic. Sorry, ingredient. Yeah, the rojo 40. Yes.
So next time you're having a banana split or having, a cake and you see those cherries on top, that's exactly what that is. So that comes in at number 2.
All right, guys, all night we've been talking about foods that are in the United States, and what you guys have seen is looking crazy over there. But Andrea and I are going to show you. Andrea's just come from the grocery store. She's going to give you a little bit about the foods here in Colombia and where she actually got these foods. So this is the seafood right here she's going to talk about.
Yeah, all the
seafood
for
today.
Especially for Dre. And I got this in PriceMart, of course, because they got really good quality of the seafood, and we pay all of.
Now, PriceMart is Colombia, or actually South and Central America, because PriceMart is in DR2. It is their version of, shout out to Bobby in the building. It is their version of Costco's or Sam's Club, but their food is a lot more healthier than Costco's and Sam's Club, as you guys are going to see throughout the videos.
This $69
for everything, so it's only $69.
No, for the seafood.
Oh, for the seafood.
$69.
That's a lot of fish.
Yeah, that's a lot of fish. That's what. Sorry, I used to this. Yeah, it's a lot.
Large bag of tilapia. Two bags of shrimp.
Shrimp. This is another fish, corvina. This is the trucha.
And so this is the question I want to present to Andrea is, where are these fish from for the most part?
This is from Ecuador. This is to Ecuador.
So the shrimp is from Ecuador.
Cartagena.
The Cartagena, this fish
and
here.
Cartagena.
And this is from Cartagena.
Colombia.
So there we go. You see
Yeah.
that these are Colombian foods.
Yeah.
They're not shipped in from another country.
No.
I like it said how it said origin Colombia.
Origen colombiano. Yes.
Not just distributed, because a lot of times in the United States we get food from other countries and it's distributed in the United States, but it's not United States food. I love how it says the origin of that food is Colombia. And these are actual natural. So this tilapia is not farm raised like the United States. These are straight from the ocean, straight from the lakes or the rivers throughout Colombia.
Yeah. And here we got the fruit and some vegetables. We got more in the fridge, of course, but I look at every week we buy more fruit, more vegetables. We eat a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables. So we got here just few plantains, green plantains, of course. We got mangoes, you know. We got the cucumber. You see the size of these cucumbers for green juices.
I know
cucumber.
Cucumber. Cucumber. Cucumber. This is we call durazno. Peaches. Yeah, it smells nice. Kiwi. Some people in Colombia, especially in middle class, they don't buy this too much because it's expensive. Like this is expensive to buy kiwi. It's expensive to buy peaches. So people they don't buy a lot. Green beans. You know, green beans and strawberries.
And how much was all the fruit?
All of this, we pay $13.
Only $13.
$13
for all this fruit.
Yes.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
And
They don't have any chemicals. You know, natural bananas. You know, this is the natural way of bananas.
And you notice that the bananas don't have to have a logo on it. These
No.
particular, because she got it from a shop that actually gets healthy bananas. Now, when you go to the grocery store, sometimes the bananas will have to have, or the apples will have to have a sticker on them.
Yeah.
Because they were imported.
But
for the most part, if you notice, most of these don't have a sticker on them
they don't
because
have.
they're not
That's straight
imported.
from the Galleria, from the farm, for the you know. Yeah.
farms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't have any stickers, and not even the strawberries. You don't see they don't have any stickers.
And what do you do to keep the strawberries healthy once we get them here? You usually do what?
I obviously clean them. I always clean the strawberries with vinegar and how do you say, baking soda. Baking soda, vinegar, and just eat them as soon as you can, because obviously they are strawberries, so they are delicate fruit.
And,
Yeah.
and the rest of the vegetables you clean like that too?
Yeah, I clean cucumbers, of course, for green juices, you know. Clean this, cucumbers, exactly. Cucumbers, the green beans, because everybody cuts the green beans. And mangoes, you can just wash it with soap. That's it. Kiwis, no, because you just always, the peaches, yes. We clean this too. Strawberries and cucumbers. Yeah, and that's it. So far, that's what we have.
All right, guys, we're just trying to show you the healthy foods that you'll get in South America. Like we said, from Ecuador, from Cartagena.
Yeah.
It's just very healthy foods, and they're not expensive. Andrea's got the receipt with her right
this
now.
is for the fruit. This is just the fruit. You know, you see the beans, the kiwi, peaches, cucumber. Oh my sweet Lord.
Oh, you don't want to know what a cock is.
Yeah, I know. Because, I'm sorry. My
All right.
pronunciation.
All right.
Okay. So the cucumbers.
There we go.
Yeah, they're.
Unless you're looking at it like it's a.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Let's go back to the video.
Wait a second, man. Number 3, U.S. pork. U.S. pork, but
before we go any further, let's go back up to our brother Evan. Shout out to you, Evan.
You guys.
And shout out to Andrea. He says the worst food that I've ever had was in the United States and in UK. The West is in trouble. That's true. The West is in trouble. Andre, in Colombia, city that has the best food. And then I saw EMB answer. He said, what you're looking for, Bogota has more international foods. This is true. Different restaurants and foods from all over the world. He said, but also a lot of great local spots. That's where you want to go to as well. He said the coast has a lot of great plates as well, meaning from the Pacific coast all the way to the Atlantic coast, where Cartagena, Barranquilla, Santa Marta, those locations have great plates. He said every city has something to offer. In most cities, before Andre answers, most cities, because of how Colombia is broken up, has something different to offer. As I mentioned a year ago, I found a survey that said if you eat a different fruit every day in Colombia, it will take you a year and a half just to eat the different fruits that they have in this country.
Yeah, even me, I never try all the fruit that we have. And I'm apologize, sometimes I just miss my pronunciation, but now I need to remind that like I pronounce cute. Yeah.
Yeah. So now she knows.
Peaches look great. Yeah, they do. And they got just a small, you notice they have a small section for peaches and kiwi because people don't buy a lot. Because they're expensive. They are expensive, so they prefer to buy strawberries or apples or pineapples because it's not too expensive compared to kiwi.
And the funny part to me, kiwis aren't expensive here in Colombia.
Oh yeah,
being an American. Shout out to T-Mac once again. He said my girl wants to commit long term, but I decline. She wants to be together long term. He said, but nah. He said I will show her this video. Show it to her. On the reasons why. He said, I don't know why, if it is a paisa thing, but she never cooks.
A paisa thing? No. I mean, I don't know. It's really surprised me to see this, that Colombia never cooks. I got a point, and I told you guys. Yeah, sometimes you don't like cooking too much. You don't like cook. It's like I don't like cleaning or I don't like to wash clothes or iron clothes. It's okay. But that you don't know to do something, that's the fact that surprised me because we are Colombians. We have been trained to keep our house looking great. As a woman, we have been trained to do that. Not to be the servant, but
right.
To keep your house looking great. And cooking is one of the first things that we'll learn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. T-Mac also said, he said, I think that Medellin overall, it is with the pork.
Yeah, Medellin loves pork. They love cooking pork, like for real. Like maybe that's why they don't get drunk too much or so easily.
Because it soak up the liquor.
Yeah, the pork, got that fat naturally, so they don't get drunk like super heavy compared to us.
Wow. Yeah. And Bobby says this. He said, I've learned how to cook at 8 years old. I did too, right around that age. Like I was 9, I believe. He said, but I definitely want a woman who can cook, particularly tamales.
Uy, pero los tamales.
Oh, that vegan restaurant that we were telling you guys about, the Afro-Colombian vegan.
They got vegan tamales.
Oh, those, yeah.
Vegan tamales, they got vegan. My favorite is the vegan lasagna with mushrooms.
That's true too.
Delicioso.
That's true.
Delicioso.
That's a good one too.
Delicioso.
And the cool part about the Afro-Colombian restaurant, their menu is limited. They have like 13, 14 options for you to choose from. So you don't have to get all confused and everything. And it's really good. He said awesome cultural vibrations. Variations of it. Yes, sir.
For example, my family, because we still got that generational aunties, they know how to do tamales. They make, for Dre, they make fish tamales. And every time that we make tamales, I always not trying to involve too much because they don't like it, but I trying to help with the chop the things and everything. And empanadas, I told Dre that I want to learn how to do empanadas because I want to make once in a while string empanada, the one that he likes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's continue on with the video, gentlemen. Let's continue on.
Because the unfortunate thing is that for these animals, in their animal feed, they put a compound known as ractopamine. Okay, and ractopamine is not only detrimental to the health of the pig, but it's also detrimental to the person that eats it as well too. And as a result of this, 160 countries have banned U.S. pork.
Who eat hot dogs, eat them because they taste so good, but what's in them is not so good. We've learned to accept it, but I don't know if you'll feel so accepting after this. The company Clear Foods recently analyzed 300 45 hot dog and sausage products from 75 brands and retailers and found, are you hot dog lovers ready for this? Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat. Clear Foods says that there are some companies producing high-quality hot dog, top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrich, and Hebrew National. Human DNA.
Don't eat KFC, don't eat Papa John's, don't eat Chipotle, don't eat Wendy's, don't eat Taco Bell, don't eat Little Caesars, don't eat Domino's, don't eat McDonald's, don't eat Pizza Hut, don't eat Olive Garden, don't eat Burger King, and definitely don't eat anything from Chick-fil-A. Because all of these foods are poison. Read the book and the profile if you want to know how to be healthy.
That are banned in other countries. Watch until the end, because the last one will shock you. 1. American chicken is banned in the European Union because it's washed in chlorine during process. 2. American ground beef is banned because they use a chemical called pink slime that uses ammonia gas, who has antimicrobial properties. It has been proven dangerous for your health and will affect your gut health. 3. Pork is banned because they use a chemical called ractopamine that is added to the animal feed and has been proven to be harmful to your health and is banned in 160 countries in the world except United States. 4. Farm-raised salmon is banned because they use chemicals like metal, mercury, dioxin, and antibiotics. 5. Milk is banned because they use a synthetic growth hormone called GRUG made by Monsanto that has been linked to increased risks in cancer and hormone issues. And 6. Breakfast cereals like Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, Honey Bunches of Oats, which have tea that has been linked to cancer, asthma, and behavioral issues in children like lichen.
Okay, 160 countries. I want you to think about that for a second. Not 1, not 2, not 50, 160 countries have banned U.S. pork. They can't even import it into their countries, okay? All right, number 4. Number 4 is U.S. corn, okay? U.S. corn, why? Because somewhere between 90 and 98% of all U.S. corn is genetically modified. That's 1. Which means that if it's genetically modified, it's going to be heavily sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides. And one of those is called atrazine. And atrazine is an endocrine disruptor. And specifically, it sort of disrupts the endocrine system and increases estrogen in the body, which could lead to a lot of the reproductive cancers that we're seeing exploding in both men and women. In women, we're seeing breast cancer explode to exponential levels, and also cervical and ovarian cancer. In men, prostate cancers.
I've been doing this stuff for 60 years, and now at 78, somebody's saying I'm fine. I'm like...
78?
Now, mind you, the brother just said he's 78. Give that man a shout out.
That's what I said. He's 78?
Give that man a shout out. That's how I'm going to be doing it.
Ghostbusters star Ernie Hudson recently went viral after posing on a red carpet rocking in jeans and a tight black t-shirt. Can you believe that Mr. Ernie Hudson is 78 years old? This is Ernie in 1980, but after 4 decades, he is looking hotter than ever. One Twitter user wrote, "Sweet baby Jesus, I'm lusting after someone's grandpappy," and another called the actor the epitome of tall, dark, and handsome.
The 78, look at them gams right there, boy.
Thank you.
His recent iconic appearance came about unexpectedly due to a smudge on his jacket just before hitting the red carpet. However, what may seem like a fortunate accident merely showcased the results of years of dedicated effort towards maintaining a healthy lifestyle. His toned physique and impressive biceps weren't simply a stroke of luck, they were the product of consistent choices made over time to prioritize health and well-being.
I'd like to look good at 120.
In this video, prepare to be inspired by Ernie's holistic approach to health. He will share his exercise routines, his top 5 food choices at home, as well as 10 specific supplements he takes for his well-being.
Let's get to work.
While you may think that Ernie Hudson's healthy physique is due to good genes, that was not the case.
In 1998, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. 2011, I was diagnosed with rectal cancer.
He is a 2-time cancer survivor. In both cases, screening caught his cancer early, making treatment more effective.
Okay? And most of the foods are sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, insecticides. And atrazine is the second most used pesticide after glyphosate. Okay. And so it's so important that we understand that, even corn, is on this list because it's genetically modified and it's sprayed with a chemical that disrupts your endocrine system and can lead to cancer. Okay. Number 5.
Before we go to number 5, here we got a problem here in Colombia that Andrea might not know about. 46% of the food products that are in Colombia are shipped from the United States. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, 46%. Here's the crazy part before you say anything.
I feel like balloon.
Most of them are the canned foods that nobody eats in Colombia anyway.
Yeah.
Like the canned peas. Colombians don't do canned peas. What is it? The spaghetti sauces, the mushrooms.
Other ones. Onions, sardines.
Yeah.
We buy a lot of, you can see that we eat a lot of tuna can. That's for sure. But that is from here in Colombia. They got the factory here in Colombia.
Could I finish my?
I'm sorry.
Because I know you're ready to defend your country. Where I was going to is in Colombia, the number one import from the United States is corn and corn-based products like canola oil and all those corn-based oils. Anything that has corn syrup in it is from the United States. The one thing that I don't find a lot of is Colombians that even eat corn like that. I don't find too many Colombians that eat corn like right off the stock. And when they do ship foods from the United States, even though 47% of Colombian foods come from the United States, the process in which it's made and the ingredients are completely different from what Colombians eat and the Americans eat. So yes, there's a huge amount of canned products that come through the from the United States. However, most Colombians don't eat them, and the ingredients is completely different from what they feed you guys in the United States. I think that's one of the biggest problems is they send the healthy versions to other countries, but the trash version of the same product is left in the United States for U.S. citizens to eat. Now you can defend your country.
I always defend my country.
There we go.
I mean, and that's why I told Ray when we visit different countries and we visit, it just blew my mind when we went to Mexico and we went to DR. I say, babe, I know that we got sodas, that we got canned food. Yeah, we have. But in DR is humongous how much canned beans they have. Here we use it in once in a while. Like we don't use it too much. But in DR they use a lot of canned food in a lot sodas or juice packs. They drink a lot of those. In Mexico is true. It's the same thing. It's unbelievable. Just blow my mind. It was shocking to me to see how much processed food and drinks and sodas they use because it's unbelievable. But yeah, in Colombia, yeah, sometimes they use it for, especially the restaurants, the Mexican restaurants, they buy for, of course. But yeah. Okay, the book called Fast Food Genocide. We explain about all this toxic food that is in America. I recommend it.
Shout out to you, Montrez, for sharing that with us, brother. My man Quiet Storm says this.
Yeah, he told like El Guapo, and they have the same haircut.
Same haircut, yeah. Shout out to El Guapo in the building. Appreciate that, brother.
But one of the things that he's benefit, he's black. You guys don't crack. Like you guys got a really good melanin in the skin. So
yeah, if you take care of yourself, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
because
true.
if you
don't, if
fat
you're a big boy
or something, yeah.
So yeah, that's a goal for us heading towards 78.
Number 5 is pre-packaged ground beef. Okay, the ground beef that you would make like a hamburger with, and why? Because with this ground beef, they use a filler in it, and that filler is called pink slime, okay? Pink slime filler.
The diabolical truth about hamburger meat they don't want you to know.
This is a combo bin of meat. A combo bin is 2,000 pounds approximately of meat that's coming in from a boning facility.
The meat in these boxes comes from many different animals and many different places. Some is even from overseas. All of it is ground together to make the juicy hamburger Americans love. Hamburger used to be the scraps left over from butchering just one cow. But a significant change has occurred. Now, parts of many cows are blended together by the ton.
If we take the meat from one animal and grind it up and make ground beef from just one animal, we're including only the bacteria from one animal. But if we take the meat from 1,000 different animals and grind that together,
1,000?
we're pooling the bacteria from 1,000 different animals.
1,000?
So explain this to me. How many different cows would be in one burger?
Well, I suspect that there are hundreds or even thousands of animals.
He said cows,
that
not
contribute to a
animals. How many cows is in that? I know y'all seen how great that hamburger meat was. They be putting red 40 in the meat to make it look more fresh and appealing to your eye. I don't know about you, but I know about me. I ain't
And make ground beef from just one animal. Meat from one animal.
Hamburger used to be the scraps left over from butchering just one cow. But a significant change has occurred. Now, parts of many cows are blended together by the ton.
If we take the meat from one animal and grind it up and make ground beef from just one animal, we're including only the bacteria from one animal. But if we take the meat from 1,000 different animals and grind that together,
1,000?
we're pooling the bacteria from 1,000 different animals.
1,000?
So explain this to me. How many different cows would be in one burger?
Well, I suspect that there are hundreds or even thousands of animals.
He said cows,
that
not
contribute
animals.
to a
How many
single
cows is in that? I know y'all seen how great that hamburger meat was. They be putting red 40 in the meat to make it look more fresh and appealing to your eye. I don't know about you, but I know about me. I ain't eating no hamburger meat. I expose a lot of your favorite food brands in my ebook. A lot of the things that you eating got sneaky ingredients in it that's actually harming you. Comment real so I can send you the link to my ebook.
Wait,
McDonald's
this
cheeseburger.
is what McDonald's cheeseburger does in your stomach.
Still warm. It's tempted to eat it.
Okay, so we're going to leave our burger to digest for a while in the acid. Come back later and see what's happened.
Hydrochloric acid is found in everybody's stomach.
3.5 hours. So we're going to see what happens to a tasty McDonald's cheeseburger after 3.5 hours of concentrated hydrochloric acid.
Oh my God.
Thanks, T-Mac.
I think it's absolutely disgusting.
Now remember, this is the same acid that's in your stomach, my stomach, and in Andrea's stomach. And this is what happens in your stomach if you digest a McDonald's hamburger with the same acids that's in your body.
Ugh. Ugh. So I mean, the fats aren't really going to dissolve very well because in your stomach there's lots of bile acids and thing in your actual body to do digestion.
So I want you to take a look at these 3 steaks. This is Italian steak right here. This is Argentinian steak. And here's USA, grade A, corn-fed beef.
Okay, let's take a quick look before they keep talking. You look up top at the Italian steak. It's got good texture. It's got good amount of fats, and it's great. Look in the middle at the Argentina steak. Looks amazing. I don't even eat steak, and I would eat steak from Argentina. Now look at the American steak.
Got a lot of fat.
Lot of fat. Lot of fat with the American steaks. If you just take a look at what you're seeing. So let's continue on. Let him continue to speak.
What do you see? You're on. Well, why don't these two steaks have that? Because they're corn-fed. These guys are grass-fed. Okay, the Argentinians from the Mendoza Valley, they got grass, they got place for the pasture, okay? You know, it used to take 18 months in this country to go from birth to slaughter. Today it takes 6 weeks.
Think about that. For your beef, for a cow that's born in the United States, it used to take, what, you said 8 months? Now it only takes 6 weeks to go from birth to growth to slaughter.
This is metabolic syndrome. The cow has metabolic syndrome. We just kill the cow before it gets sick. That's happening to you.
And I didn't make that word up for myself. Pink slime filler. And the reason why that's so dangerous is because that pink slime filler is treated with ammonia gas. Okay? Not making that up either. Treated with ammonia gas. So as a result, prepackaged ground beef from the US is banned in other countries. Okay? Number 6, farm-raised fish and salmon. Okay? Why? Because the unfortunate thing is when they're farm-raised, they are fed a chemical cocktail of methylmercury, dioxin, and antibiotics. Okay? Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, thank God I bought a wild-caught salmon. Well, the unfortunate thing is that, you know, many of the products that you think are wild-caught aren't actually wild-caught. And the best way I can explain that to you is I do a class with my membership program, Tribe Healing Community. And when I'm doing this this class with them, we do a reading food labels class. And one of the things that I tell them is that the front of the label on any food product, that is just hype. You know, like that's to get you excited. It doesn't mean, most of it doesn't mean anything. And what I mean by that is many of the labels that they put on the front, like all natural, is not regulated. And as a result, you may be thinking that you're getting something all natural, but that's actually not a label that is regulated. You take something like USDA organic, that's a regulated label. Now, albeit most of the brands still take advantage of that because USDA organic still means that only 80% has to be organic and 20% can still be whatever, okay? But the point I'm trying to make here is that a lot of times when you're thinking you're getting something like grass-fed, that animal may have been grass-fed, but it wasn't raised grass-fed, meaning it was born into a livestocking farm where the animals were literally shoulder to shoulder, and they were fed genetically modified corn and soy, and then they took that animal at a certain age and then put it on the green pasture, let's say for 2 months. That's grass-fed, okay? So don't be tricked by the front of the label is what I'm trying to say, all right? But yes, farm-raised fish and salmon fed a chemical cocktail that is composed of methylmercury, which is why so many people are starting to have mercury toxicity, dioxins, and antibiotics.
Oh my God. You guys, if you eat salmon, you should be cleansing 3 to 4 times a year. What? Oh my God.
Top gold.
Okay. Number 7, cereal brand. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because many of the cereals that are banned in other countries, many of these cereals, our children wake up every morning and eat. Okay. Wake up every morning and eat. And so many of these cereals, unfortunately, are banned in other countries.
You go right here. I mean, never mind red 40, yellow 5, and 6, blue 1, and other color added.
Okay,
they're not even going to finish the colors for you. But what we're looking at here is trisodium phosphate. And it's all in the other ones too. Like,
Raisin bran, trisodium phosphate.
And here it is, guys. I really can't make this shit up. Look what trisodium phosphate is. Right here, TXP. Clean surfaces in preparation for painting. It's a paint thinner. It strips painting, guys. Leave surfaces clean without rinsing. Effective deckings, guys. This is so poisonous. This trisodium phosphate is so poisonous that they have a phosphate-free version for cleaning, and people are putting that in their bodies.
Please stop eating these foods. Stop.
Yeah, no wonder why, you guys. And I told this to Dre, and there is a video over there. But I like to watch videos when it comes to diabetes and all of that, because you get more information. But they say after the 70s, when all these McDonald's and all this fast food and these cereals came out, you know, the number or the percentage of cancer from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s is increased a lot. Increase heart disease and increase different type of cancers. No wonder why. Because they say this is affect the cells of your stomach and your colon.
True.
So it's just, and I told Dre, I mean, I hope our generation, his generation and my generation, we can live longer. You know, like my grandma, that she's 95 in this March. We can live longer but healthy with our minds, you know. And now we see grandpas and grandmothers that they live longer. Why? Because they eat supernatural. You know, they eat fruits straight from the farm, nothing like this, you know. And for example, my dad was raised with natural fruit, natural vegetables, soups, you know, rice in that time. And for example, in my case, when I grew up with my brother, my dad always buy the what is important, fruits and vegetables, and that's it. And my mom was the one, once in a while we got cereal, but we didn't grow up like that, like having breakfast, like having cereal for breakfast. For me, Andrea, no, no, seriously, it was more natural back in the day, even though, but yeah.
So true.
Just sad how much affect to your kids. And another thing, babe, that would they say that there's a lot of like the TDAH. They say if your kid have the TDAH, cut the cereal, cut the sugars, cut the all of that, because that affect your kid's brain. And of course, el autismo. I don't know
autism.
Yeah, they say cut all the sugars to your kid, and you see that he's gonna start getting better.
Yeah, so true, so true. I just looking at this comment, which is a cool comment. Shout out to my man 0 milligram in the building. Of one brother stated, shout out to. He said, I've been a vegan for 10 years now. He said, I'm so proud, but I'm still, however, I have to watch it. He said, I eat soy. It is almost he says in almost everything, pesticides, even whole food, meaning whole food stores sell bioengineered foods in its products. So even when you go to the truly health food stores in the United States, they still have bioengineered products. Another comment is this, shout out to my man Recap Riddick in the building. He said, Riddick, he said this. He said, unfortunate part is that most people know how bad these foods are. In other words, McDonald's, but they just don't care. And I give you a perfect example of that. If we were talking about a different topic tonight, you guys know that it'd be between 80 to 120 people on this live stream, right? I made sure that I sent this link out to over at least between Facebook and the WhatsApp groups to at least 300, 400 people. At least 300, 400. Max, I sent it out to maybe 500 people. And for the most that views that we got tonight, or people that came in to watch, was 41 people. People don't care about how unhealthy they are.
They want to be like this.
Yes, they want to live the blindness.
Like we said, that woman is not good for. She's a gold digger. But you see, I'm blind. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't hear. I don't see.
Yeah. So that is so true. A lot of people do not want to know or hear or understand the truth.
It's like, I don't know if one of you guys here on the live stream or of audience smoke, but like the FDS say red 40 is really unhealthy, is really high
Cancerous.
yeah, babe, but it's a chemical, for your body and everything. And so people say, so we're not eating anything. And I said, there's a lot of things that now how we are an adults. For example, fruit juices, they're not healthy. We like it. I grew up with drinking all those fruit juices because that is part of a culture. But when you see the truth, it's all glucose straight to your blood. So that's what they say, doctors say. If you want to eat strawberry juice, there's nothing wrong that you have once in a while. But every day is like you drinking Coke every day or any soda. They say eat the fruit, but in the original shape, and that's why we make a lot of fruit salads here in our house. I don't prepare any fruit juice anymore because that's what the doctors blame me. And another thing I say, so if it's like that, if you say that this red 40 is really dangerous for our body, they should how do you say
give a warning?
Forbidden, cigarettes. I told Dre, cigarette, when you're having that addiction of cigarette, that thing causes heart disease, high blood pressure, depression, how do you say strokes, fatty liver, is really stomach cancer, 100%. Stomach cancer, lungs. Yeah. So cigarettes is another thing. Like, yeah, and there's people like, I don't want to hear. It's your thing. I mean, you're an adult. Do whatever you want.
It's like what one brother just said. Another brother made a comment about, I've been in the Philippines, but I missed that American juicy steak. And Joseph responds, shout to both of you gentlemen. Joseph respond, he said, you missed that American steak living in the Philippines because you grew up on fatty, juicy steaks. A lot of times we miss the unhealthy foods. Two things I notice about Americans. Two things. Most Americans don't care. They always say we got to die from something. And I always respond with, we don't have to die from self-destruction. We all are going to pass on, true. But I do not have to pass on from self-destruction, from self-destructive behavior with my diet. There is no rule that says that you have to die because you ate unhealthy your whole life. You put on unhealthy weight. You never exercise. You don't go out and get the sunlight for the melanin. You got the melanin in your blood. You don't go out there and get your vitamin B from the sun. There's no rule in the book that says I don't drink healthy water, so I got to die from that. You do not have to die from self-destructive behavior. So when I hear people try to use that excuse that we all got to die from something, no. But Americans love to put their heads down, like they said, put your head in the sand and hide from the truth. We love doing that. We'll complain about it. Why? Because it gives us something to complain about. If we start taking care of our health, then the complaints disappear. And you know how we love to complain in America. Number two is, just like this brother said, we don't want to admit to ourselves that we are addicted to unhealthy foods.
They're addicted.
As passport bros, blue book gentlemen, expats, red pillars, all you guys that manosphere, all you guys that have traveled the world and you eat other foods and you complain. One of the reasons we complain is because we're so accustomed to unhealthy, heavily seasoned foods that when we go to other countries and we taste their version of it, if they have healthy cows or a healthy pig or whatever, well, I don't say healthy pig, but healthy chickens, we're not used to it. I know dudes that have come here to Colombia, in all sincerity. I know guys that have come here to Colombia their first week they got sick. They were so used to the destructive foods in the United States. They didn't get food poisoning. I'm not talking about that type of sick. I'm talking about these guys' stomach literally had to adjust itself to eating healthy foods. Their bodies were not accustomed to digesting real food at a rapid pace because they didn't have to work hard. And so they were going through stomach aches for 1 or 2 days just to get their system used to eating healthy foods from around the world. And Americans don't want to admit that. We would rather sit back and be like the Matrix. Don't forget your thought, babe. We would rather sit back and be like the Matrix. That one scene where he says, I know this steak is not real. I know it's just computer generated. I know this steak is not healthy for me. He said, but it tastes so good. A lot of us will live in the Matrix and we would know, just like that one character in the movie Matrix, that the food is not healthy for us. What are you about to say, baby?
No, it's absolutely true. And I told Ray, and when you said, you remind me when we back from Europe, I said, and I showed Ray, my stomach looks like balloon. I look like how do you say,
bloated?
This Santa Claus. Seriously, it was my stomach, my liver get affected because we eat. It is what it is. You were in Europe. A lot of croissant, a lot of
the tourist foods.
Those sweet things that you put in the croissant. What do you say? Jelly?
Jelly, cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Those British breakfast every single day. I say, babe, we need to eat, obviously, because we're gonna walk all day. But babe, I miss my arepas. I miss my boiled eggs. I miss my fruit, my fresh fruit. I miss all of that. But I understand we are in Europe, and seriously, and we were like 15 days, and I feel like Santa Claus because the diet is different over there. But yes, what Andrew say is true. That seriously. There are some people that they don't want to hear because I don't want to know. And I used to be like that when I was younger. After I start having problems with my health and everything, and now that I'm 30, I'm more conscious. Like Andrea, you can't keep that a lifestyle. You need to be more healthy. You're 30, your body changed. Now you 30, and not just me as a woman. I say to my friends and my cousins and my brother, I say, now that you are 30, your body start change. Now you need to pay attention to your blood pressure, to your glucose, to your cholesterol, everything, because now your body is in another age. Now you're going to the adulthood, so it's different. If you don't take care of your body, or your liver, your heart right now, when you hit 40 or 50, you're gonna be like your body's gonna be like, how to say, like shut down.
Start the process of shutting itself down. And like I mentioned before, and shout out to T-Mac with the $10 cash app going towards the Children's Cancer Foundation. So those guys who still want to give towards the Children's Cancer Foundation, we will be giving the money away on the live stream during the first week of February. So continue to donate. Our goal is $500, and we're getting closer to that goal. But she's absolutely correct.
Yeah, and for example, I told Ray, even sugar, glucose, for example, in your blood is diabetes, in your brain is dementia or Alzheimer, in your eyes is glaucoma.
Mm-hmm.
Different type of your body. When you have diabetes, is shown in different parts of your body. And for example, I got a friend. I got a friend that his dad is 60, look like Dre, super young, and this dude have dementia already. And he got diabetes. And he say it's really hard, Andrea, to have your dad super young, because he's young, physically he's young, but his brain doesn't work. And that's what they say, that when you have diabetes, you are 2 steps how do you say, babe? How do you say? ahead to have dementia or brain disease. So this is like really serious. And when you're younger, you don't pay attention. I didn't pay attention. Now when I have all the problems that I had when I was younger, I'm like, yeah, Andrea, you should pay attention. But yeah.
And remember what I mentioned before, guys. I found out, came across an article that told the year in which the average Americans, well, actually Westerners, body began to shut down. So you're wondering, at what age, I'm vibrant, I can run my business, I can do this, I can do that, I can get around like I did when I was 12 years old. Basically, my health and my mind, everything is good. I still smoke cigarettes with no issues. When does the average American body start the process of shutting down for death? I'm going to say that again. This is the time period in which, or the age which the average person in the West, especially in the United States, when your body begins to shut down to prepare you for death. The age 63 in the United States.
Yeah.
Now you might live another 20 years, but through that whole time in the United States, if you don't get your health and your exercise on track, from the age of 63 all the way into your death, your body was shutting down all those years. It was literally just, I'm going to shut down here, I'm going to shut down there, I'm going to shut down here, until your death is the final shutdown. But in the United States and in Canada and in UK and parts of Australia and other Western countries, it's the age of 63. So for some of you guys, you really need to start taking your health serious, especially if you're like me, 58, and other guys that are 51, 57. If you're 47.
You're 57.
I mean, 50, did I say 58?
Babe, you're 57.
No, I'm 58.
No, Andre, you're 57. No, Andre, you're 57. No, you're 57 because I'm 30. We're 27 years apart. Yeah, you're 57.
Do not play with me. I've been saying 58 this whole time period.
No, you're from the 67. 67. No, babe, you're 67.
Man, this whole time I thought I was 50. That goes to show you how much I do not look and care and be so focused on my age, on my number. I really
you're
don't.
57.
I do not like it. So I'm only 57?
You're 57.
Do not laugh, gentlemen. The Alzheimer's kicking in.
I did it when I was 29. Mentally, I was like, I'm 30. Yeah, but I was 29. But yeah,
I got a year back. Hey, I'm excited. I just can't have it.
57.
I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
I was like, I didn't say anything at the beginning because I said, okay, Andre is mentally prepared to be 58. And I see people doing that.
I do that.
So that's why I didn't say anything. But now I say,
when the new year comes around, I do think 57. In the year that I'm in. So if the year that I'm in, I'm turning 58, I start acting like I'm 58 in regards to talking about it. So she's right. Okay, so I did get a year back. Andre didn't even Andre didn't even need to put you on blast like that. You know what? She needed to, because as much you see how much you guys, I'll be snapping off on the live stream talking about being 58. I'm 58 years old. Y'all guys need to come to find out I'm 57. I will take that.
I mean,
I will take that.
No, because there are some people like Joe, like us, but there are some people that they don't like accept the age. They don't like to accept the age.
Wow. He said Andre is like he's getting dementia. No, but I do think it's absolutely correct. I do think within that year. He said Andre. He said Dre like. He said Dre like, yeah, I'm younger. I'm hiking again tomorrow. I ain't gonna do it tomorrow, but I'll do it again. When Jay Fleming, when you come to the city again, I'll do the hiking with you, bro. I kid you not. I'll do the hiking with you. But you,
imagine when your boy turns 60. I told Dre, here in Colombia, I don't know how in the States, but here in Colombia, when you turn 60, you're part of the adultos mayores, like you're going to do the line in other line because you're older.
Oh, she was telling me about, you in line for the discounts. You know, you go to the grocery store, you get in line with the old people.
You go to the bank, only a special line for
more than
old
60,
people, pregnant and women with kids and old people.
I was telling her, like, you go in the States, you got discounts at different restaurants when you're older. You know, you go to Denny's and get the senior discount. You know, you get your AARP retirement card. So she's saying that they got that same version of everything here in Colombia.
Yeah, Gabriel says something that I'm agreed that 100%. You should start doing your regular checkup. That's true.
Yep, they would do that all the time.
Constantly in your 30s, exactly,
Yeah.
because your 30 change a lot. That's what they say. When you're 20, it's funny, it's good, but now when you're 30, you gotta be on top of everything.
One of the things that Nala Andre was telling me, doctors recommend even for women. I've never heard this in the States, not once. Doctors in Colombia recommend for a woman to regulate her weight before even giving childbirth.
Yeah. For example, me, the doctor, even though I just have overweight. I just have maybe like 10 pounds, maybe 5 kilos, 6 kilos overweight. And she said, Andra, when you're planning to have a kid, you need to lose all that weight, because there's a lot of women, they don't do it. They don't care. But they say, if you got 20 pounds and you get pregnant, you are 2 steps ahead to get diabetes or preeclampsia, or you baby got, even, I didn't know, babe. I didn't know. The doctor explained, when you are overweight, when you have obesity and you got pregnant, your baby have a highly percent to be obese when he was born. Yeah, I didn't know that. But he said that is really important that you take care of your weight before getting pregnant.
That's facts. He said you got an extra 1 up tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said I walk with a cane. He said so. I used to. He said I used to use the priority lane all the time in Colombia. Yeah, so he used that same line here in Colombia.
Yeah, because your age.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get back to the video, gentlemen.
Giving these to your kids. Stop giving these to your kids. Please stop giving these to your kids. Throw the trash white bread out. Y'all really still eating undeveloped chicken babies talking about, I need the cholesterol. This is called flavored ADHD and anxiety attacks in a box. This is nothing but high fructose corn syrup and food colorings. Do I even need to keep going? Stop eating these foods, and the first thing you need to do is detox your body and cleanse it all out.
I'll give you a few examples. Fruit Loops, banned in other countries because it contains yellow number 5 and red number 40 that I mentioned earlier. Okay, banned in other countries. Now, they're not banning this because it's not natural. They're banning this again. You have to remember what I mentioned at the beginning. If you were to be banned in another country, and multiple countries at that, you would really have to do something pretty bad.
We're gonna bring that beat back. We're gonna bring that beat back in a second. Your girl went to the ladies' room, Daniel. But do realize these are foods that you didn't even know existed in the United States that many of us are eating. Rubber foods. We are eating rubber foods, actual foods that are rubber. Rubber watermelon. Rubber bananas. Rubber avocados in the United States. So we're going to bring that beat back. Your girl gonna watch this portion. But we have to realize that they are making foods that we didn't even know existed in the United States. So let's get ready to go back and watch this portion one more time.
So this morning, I got out eggs to make for my kids. And first, let me take you to the batch I cooked prior. All right, do you notice this? It was green. Never seen eggs that have this green tint to it. And at first I thought it was my eyes. So I added more eggs and they came out clear. So then I was thinking, no, something's wrong with the coloring. Maybe the eggs are no good. Maybe that's what's wrong with it. Look at this. I put the eggs directly in without any butter. This is a ceramic pan. And hear this. Does that sound like plastic to you? Look. Guys, what are we eating? I usually get my eggs right from a farmer. These are from Kroger's.
So she went to Kroger's instead of went to the
I don't
farm.
know what to tell you, but...
Okay, so just trust me when I say, when you start to look up what yellow number 5 and red number 40 and other dyes similar to them do to our health, then you'll understand why it's so unhealthy, not only for our children, but for us as well too, okay? Frosted Flakes and also honey bunches of oats. Now you would think to yourself, honey and bunches of oats? That sounds like a good combination. Even on the front of the box, it looks like it's a healthy thing. But the unfortunate thing is that these particular sugars or cereals, because cereals quite often are laced with sugar, they also are laced with BHT, which is butylated hydroxytoluene, okay, which is very unhealthy for our health as well too. So now you're adding the combination of tons of sugar, tons of unhealthy, unnatural sugar. You add in the dyes that they're adding in there, and then the preservative BHT, and now you start to see like where all of these food chemicals are coming from. And so again, it's another chemical soup, you know, when you're eating these, you know, foods as well, or cereals in this case. So that's number 7. Number 8, U.S. milk and most of our dairy is banned in other countries. Okay, why? Because these dairy cows are injected with what's called recombinant bovine growth hormone. Now, here's the thing. Drinking cow's milk by itself, I did a previous video, so make sure you go check that out. It's important to understand that cow's milk is baby formula for a baby cow, okay? That, and I'm calling it a formula, even the natural, unpasteurized raw form of it. It is formula to take a baby cow that weighs 100 pounds. Now think about that now. When a human baby comes out, it weighs 6 pounds, okay? It's designed to take 100-pound cow and turn it into a 800 to 1,000-pound cow in like a year from that date, you know, a year or two from that date. Okay, the hormones in that milk is very different from the hormones in the composition of breast milk from a human. Okay, so that's why, whenever I say this, people say, well, I get my milk organic and blah, blah, blah. But it's important to understand that it is growth formula for a baby cow, and no cow, no mammal for that purpose drinks milk after infancy. No monkeys do it. No goats do it. No cows do it. No other mammals on the planet drink milk after infancy. None of them. We're the only ones that do it.
You drinking 2% milk? Please pour it out. Stop drinking from other animals. You not no fucking cow. Whole milk is worse. That shit is full of saturated fat. If you see your mama pick this up, then tell her put it back. Don't ever pick up soy milk. That shit is GMO. It causes all kind of health problems. Let that unhealthy milk go. 1% skim milk. Hot. They say the fat is lower. Keep drinking from cows and watch your mental speed start getting slower. Almond milk is good, right? Sorry, that is bad too. Dr. Sippy said it's cyanide up in it. Damn, it's true. Stop drinking oat milk. It causes diabetes. I thought it was good too, but nobody ever teach me. Rice milk? Hell no. Please throw that shit away. Silk milk? Hell no. I am screaming dairy cake. Flaxseed milk? Hell no. If you drink this, please go pray. Arkies, please tell us what's the best milk that we can drink. Coconut milk, of course. Walnut milk, of course. Hemp seed milk is the best because your cells it will get nourished. What milk do you drink? It better not be from no animal. Send us to unhealthy milk drinkers. Tell them to let it go.
Okay. And so on top of that, as I mentioned before, dairy milk is injected with this recombinant bovine growth hormone, and as a result, it is very not only toxic to our health, but it is banned in all of the European Union, which is 44 countries by itself, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and also Canada. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, banned in all of those countries. Okay, number 9. This is the one you're probably going to come for me for, but I'm going to explain myself and then you do your own research. U.S. chicken. U.S. chicken is banned in the entire European Union, again, which is 44 countries have banned it. And here's why. Because U.S. chicken is washed with chlorine, okay? The same kind of chlorine that when you're jumping in a lot of the pools today, the same kind of chlorine that is treated in the municipal tap water today. For those same reasons, the European Union has banned U.S. chicken because it's washed and soaked in this chlorine.
America, products from Walmart, Aldi, Trader Joe's are now part of the big meat and chicken Listeria recall.
Before he goes any further, let's see what our brother Neil has to say. Shout out to Neil being in the building.
He said Bobby Price is wrong about the grass-fed milk. This study he's using fear Montgomery. Is that right? Mongering. I wouldn't take that serious. It's about the quality of the cow.
Notice that Bobby only stated, and if we go back, Bobby only stated that we're the only only mammals that that drink milk after infancy. That's what Bobby's point was. He wasn't talking about this one was this or this one was that, even though he said that there's some milk out there that's unhealthy, and we all know that in general. But even if you have the healthiest milk that's coming from an animal, and that's why the one brother said the hemp seed milk is healthier. And he said that the almond, I forgot what it was, the almond milk or another milk. It was like 3 milks that he mentioned that were the healthiest ones.
Coconut. Other ones.
Right. Those milk are healthiest, but those milks are processed by way of fruits or vegetables. But animal milk, no matter how healthy it is, we are still the only animals on the planet that drink milk after infancy. And I think that's what Bobby's point is. And let's say with the fear mongering, let's take the milk out. Let's say the milk in the United States is 1,000% healthiest milk of all time. There's still a ton of other things that we looked at tonight that we have no business eating. We just finished looking at rubber, bananas, and plastic eggs. So even if the milk that we drink, which, like he said, we're the only ones that drink milk after infancy. Let's say the milk was perfect. we still looked at tonight tons of things that we need to make sure that we're careful of. Why we talk about this topic tonight? You see, go ahead, babe.
I'm no sorry. It's because oil milk.
Oat milk. Thank you very much, brother.
Because you got after the Andrew got shot watching all these videos, and of course,
Shock, not shot. Shock.
Shock.
Okay.
Sorry, shocked with K.
Okay.
At the end. And we have this conversation talking about like it's really good to do this live stream and show you guys because as we live in Colombia. I always feel proud about our diet and fruits and vegetables the diversity that we have, the diet that we have here, even though what? Oh my God. So even though that, yeah, we got, Jay, stop it. Even though that we have diabetes cases, heart disease cases, that if we did the comparison, we compare between this country and other countries like Mexico or the US, the number is different. It's super different. Shot from the food.
Y'all stupid.
Yeah, Andrew was like, he was like really surprised. Say, babe, I watched this. I saw this video. I said, okay, all right. So I made sure that our food or anything that we buy, protein, I made sure that it's from Colombia, you know, and not from the US. Okay, I would be more than happy to back it up with evidence and give you quality versus quantity of a stuff or meal is not the issue for the body.
And I can agree with that. Like I said, even if the milk was excellent in the United States, it's perfect for human consumption. We've looked at 40 more different products just on this live stream that we didn't even know existed in the United States. Many of us didn't know that. What was it for the something pink for the hamburger? We didn't know that existed in the United States. We didn't know that. We knew there were seedless watermelons. We didn't know that in your grocery stores there's rubber watermelons, plastic eggs.
Yeah, and I hear that a lot.
I kid you not, guys. I have in this video, I probably put 30 different products, 30 or 40 different products that we need to look out for. I have videos on about 70 to 80 different products. There wasn't enough room to put all the products in the United States and in the UK and in Canada that we don't even know exist. So let's say the milk is excellent. Okay, so I'm eating plastic bananas, but I'm gonna wash it down with healthy milk.
I mean, when here we got Cortez, he say not need for adults to drink milk. That's true. As an adult, the only ones who needs milk are the babies. I'm agree with that. As an adult, yeah, we use milk for example, in our case, in our house, we use milk for coffee.
Yep.
And sometimes Andrew got his granola. That's it.
Every once in a while.
We don't use milk too much like others. But that's true. That makes sense, of course. And Neo said, and I mentioned this to Drake. Let's put the Neo comment section. He said, back in the day, many foreigners survived on milk, natural milk straight from the cow, and eggs straight from the chickens. And the companies pushed processed products, that's true, and corrupt the food for the profit. I told Drake.
True.
I remember even living here in Cali, I used to live with my grandma. I remember I was like maybe 5, 6, maybe that was 2000, year 2000 or 1999. I remember that my grandma used to buy the milk from the foreigner, and he got a big container. Farmer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got a big container, and he started to, like here when they sell the shampoo, you know, and he started, and we always buy the milk with my grandma always got a little jar, and we buy the milk straight from the cow. That's how we grew up. After that, all this milk from the here in Colombia, we buy the milk in those plastic bags, plastic bags and everything. That's so true. But milk is not like natural milk is nothing wrong for us, because we need to they say in our diet we need to have probioticos. They're straight from yogurt, for really good quality yogurt, cheese and everything.
Positive yogurt gives you
because that's gonna give you
bacteria.
Good bacteria.
Good
Exactly.
bacteria.
Yeah, exactly. And those ones, like for example, I told Dre, because I got this bacteria Helicobacter. I got that one before. I don't have that anymore. And one of my part of my diet about this big yogurt called kefir in Espanol.
Yeah.
And that is super expensive, you know, compared to those yogurts full of sugar. They're like this, they cost like maybe $3, and this one cost me maybe $10. So, but it's because give you a really positive bacteria from your stomach. So yeah, I mean, when he say it's true, but now all these company, they don't want to make just money and put a lot of chemicals.
Yeah, like what he said, based off of what you said. He said here in Dallas, he said I go to a farmer and buy their milk, like you were saying your grandma used to do. He said I did grow raw. He said I did grow raw milk for 1 year. He said I never got sick and felt more alive. He said, and I was told raw milk is dangerous and that it was. He said, but it was a lie, and I had no idea. Give us a breakdown of, you said you grew raw milk. Let us know what you meant by raw milk. Like you grew, what was the plant that you grew in order to acquire raw milk?
Yeah, the same milk that we buy, raw milk. Yeah, there's not processed. It's not processed milk.
So the milk that we buy at the grocery store.
No, like my grandma used to
buy
like
your grandma, like he
it's
would buy
straight from the cow.
in Dallas. Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Straight from the cow, for the animal. Leche cruda. Yeah, they don't have any process, any sugar, nothing.
Not pasteurized. Okay,
Exactly.
cool. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's get back to the video, gentlemen.
Not looking good. So if you didn't know, there was a recall of almost 10 million pounds of meat, chicken, and turkey products. So on Thursday night, the USDA updated its notice of Bruce Pack's recall with these products and said additional products could be added. Now, guys, these products were made all the way up until October 8th. So we'll just do a quick run through. You've got Walmart's Caesar salads with chicken. Then you've got Walmart's Market Side Santa Fe style salad with chicken. The Market Side Southwest style salad with chicken. Then you've got HMS chicken Alfredo. The HEB chicken broccoli and rice casserole. And then you got these two as well, the Texas Ranch chicken casserole. That's just what they're telling us as of right now. So be prepared for more products to come out. And guys, just be safe because listeria can be very dangerous, especially for pregnant people, elderly people, and immune compromised. This is not looking good.
Okay. And when you consume the chicken, you consume the chlorine, and chlorine is carcinogenic. Okay. So it's really important to understand that. And people say, well, you just washed it. Well, here's what you need to understand. One of the other things that they do to chicken is this. They will inject the chicken with water and salt. And why do they do that? Because if you inject a chicken or any meat for that matter with water and salt, well, guess what? Water stays wherever the salt is. Okay, so you inject the chicken with water and salt. Now weight is heavier. Okay, so now when it goes to the market, you can charge more. Okay, the point I'm trying to make is that it doesn't leave the body of the chicken. So when you consume it, not only the water and the salt, but also the hormones, the antibiotics that is fed to it, and also this chlorine, then you start to see this chemical soup that they put in the U.S.
And before you go any further, he's absolutely correct. I heard this on two fronts. I got a friend that my girl T, she is heavy. She was heavy into fitness. She was a female fitness built bodybuilder. Mm-hmm. She was in magazines. She was my homegirl. And also from Mike Tyson. Both of these people said this. Here we go. Mike Tyson said one of the reasons why he kept his, now we need sodium. We understand that. He said, but one of the reasons why he kept his salt intake down was because salt holds water. So a lot of times you guys want to get rid of that water weight when you're exercising. You wonder, why is it not leaving? Because as long as you're putting salt in your diet on a heavy basis, what happens is that water weight that you may have will not sweat away. It'll still stay there. Even though you sweated in the gym, you would have sweated a lot more if you didn't have a high salt intake. The other thing that my friend that was a bodybuilder did, she said before competitions, a lot of people don't know, bodybuilders, hours before the competition, we will take salt pills or salt removal pills. She said because those pills would help remove a lot of the excess water. So she said, if you get the salt out your system, she said, so I will take these pills, get the salt out my system. She said, that's why y'all see our skin, you know, our that we have very little of fat, showing, or when we're on stage, you can see all the muscles. She said, because we take pills that remove the salt, and when the salt is removed, all the extra water in your skin or in your system is removed when you're exercising. She said, so a couple of days before the end of competition, we will take these salt removal pills, and the salt will allow us to sweat properly to remove all of that unnecessary salt in our system and remove the unnecessary water. That's why they're so tight. But you do need sodium, so you need a certain amount of salt in the body.
We do actually. If we don't have too much sodium, or we don't have too much sodium,
right,
we start to having low blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why sodium is important for a body. Absolutely. If you don't have sodium in your body, you can have even a heart attack, because heart works with sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Three minerals. That's how our heart works, you know, and do this, pump like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important, but not too much, because you start having high blood pressure, you start having kidney problems. So that's why it's like you gotta keep on balance. And that's why you guys, and I take this too, and I saw this back in the day, and I say on Google, I look when you have diarrhea,
mm-hmm,
like straight, you know what's going on, you're having diarrhea. I saw this recipe on Google. They say drink for one day a big bottle of water and mix. They say 3 spoons of sugar and 1 spoon of salt and mix it. And that's gonna give you a lot of, because when you have diarrhea, exactly, start losing a lot of sodium, a lot of potassium. They say when you drink that, and your body start to hydrate all over again, and you start having that's the same thing when you got a hangover or you going to the hospital. What they how do you say, babe?
Give you injection?
No, but that's those liquids.
Yeah, the liquid injections.
It's sodium, basically.
Yeah. I love when Andrea proves that there are a lot of smart Colombian women. I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I love when she proves my point. You guys hear me on the live stream, y'all just be like, Andrea talking. But then when you hear just Andrea talking the way that she does, that just goes to prove that there are a lot of educated women in South America that know things just as much as we know things in North America. Shout out to Andrea. Shout out to Miss Andrea.
Thank you.
Shout out to Miss Andrea. Also, the Kini people's in the building. Let's go back to the videos. Let's continue on with the videos. We're almost done, gentlemen.
Chicken supply, and then you understand why the entire European Union has banned U.S. chicken. Okay, number 10 is bread. And I know you're thinking U.S. bread is banned in other countries. Yes, it's banned in other countries. Let me give you a few reasons why. You probably heard in the news, or maybe you didn't recently, that, you know, a lot of the bread in Subway, the Subway franchises, is banned in other countries. And the reason why is because it contained this compound, ADA. And this compound is what is banned in other countries, okay? This compound is called azodicarbonamide, okay? And that is banned in other countries. In addition, bread also contains another compound or chemical called potassium bromate. This is banned in Brazil, the UK, and also Canada, okay? So potassium bromate as well. And then high fructose corn syrup. Most of the bread that you're consuming today has some form of a sugar in it, and specifically in most cases has high fructose corn syrup. So as a result, it is banned in other countries as well too. And then number 11, this is probably really going to blow your mind, stevia, or an artificial sugars, banned in other countries. And I know most people have been taught and told by even their physicians that, you know, instead of using white sugar, they should use stevia, okay? But here's the thing, it is banned in the entire European Union. And guess what? This isn't recent. They banned this sugar in 1999.
McDonald's has a milkshake, and their chocolate flavor clocks in at 85 grams of sugar, and 68 of those grams are added sugars. Let's measure that. So that's either 15.5 teaspoons or 19 cubes of sugar in one McDonald's chocolate milkshake.
What is going on with our food?
Somebody tell me what's going on at Coke. This is the third six-pack that I've gotten that does this. They're not carbonated and they're flat.
What is this?
That was great.
The sauce did not do that.
In the vinegar, and yes, it changed color. Like, it went from pink to brown. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just the vinegar that got in there. But why is this beef holographic?
Anybody ever seen an asparagus like this? Check this out. Fresh out the box. Look at this. What the hell happened to this guy? Like that before in my...
Dog, so this used to be an apple. What the fuck is this?
An apple?
An apple?
This was an apple. Look at the stem.
I could be wrong, but I was under the impression that ice cream would melt after sitting out all night. Now it looks like somebody shit in my sink that had really bad diarrhea.
Ice cream.
From Taco Bell.
Se le infecta bacodos in Texas.
That's the thing that I was like, what?
These are the 5 worst snacks you shouldn't be eating. Watch until the end, because the last one will shock you. Number 5, we got Chips Ahoy. These are literally fake cookies that's proven to make you feel hungry after you eat them. So you're pretty much eating these for no reason and gaining weight in the process. For number 4, we got Oreos. Now you can't be surprised, and I understand that this white cream may taste good, but have you ever questioned what it's made out of? Well, Oreos have trans fat that increases the risk of heart disease. Oreos are also full of corn syrup, which can cause other health issues. Now, I know these come in clutch, especially during breakfast, but Pop-Tarts have ultra-processed ingredients, including corn syrup, high fructose syrup, and regular sugar. It's even worse if you eat these in the morning because it's the first thing your body is ingesting. And next, y'all, is Doritos. But Doritos has food scientists that make millions to create the powder, the texture, and the taste to make you want more. It pretty much sends signals to your brain of satisfaction. But the whole time, it's just actually terrible for you. And for number 1, y'all, we have Skittles.
Yep.
This is probably the worst candy you can possibly eat. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but Skittles even had a lawsuit. This is so bad that California passed a bill banning some of the toxic chemicals inside Skittles. Share this video and
PSA for anyone going to the grocery store. Yes, even natural health food stores. Next time you're in the produce aisle, please be on the lookout for this label. And whatever you do, do not go near it. Appeal, or Edappeal, is a World Economic Forum and Bill Gates funded product that is being sprayed on fruits and vegetables, which are on the verge of spoiling, so that they appear fresh and last longer. Even more frightening is the fact that Appeal has been approved for use on USDA organic produce under the name Organappeal. The main ingredient found in the Appeal coating is mono and diglycerides, which are extracted from grapeseed oil. This is then processed with the use of two solvents, which are ethyl acetate and heptane, both of which are hazardous chemicals known to seriously damage internal organs in the case of repeated exposure. This coating cannot be washed off.
All right, this might be one of the most ridiculous things that I've ever seen. Check it out. Look at these apples, right? You can see that they're shiny. They have this glow. Well, look at what I found at Whole Foods. They literally have this sign here that says wax in produce. Some fruits and vegetables arrive in our stores coated with wax to preserve moisture and inhibit mold and fungi. Now, check this out. They're literally putting synthetic wax on here with harmful chemicals, polyethylene and paraffins. So when you're eating this apple that you think is healthy, you're actually consuming chemicals. So when you get an apple, when you get produce, first of all, you want to make sure it begins with the number 9, not the number 3 or 4. Number 9 means it's organic, it hasn't been sprayed with glyphosate, but then you also want to do your best to actually take off the skin or just wash it really well so you're not consuming those chemicals. Much love. Share this with a friend. Let's go.
That's why, you guys, that's a perfect example, because that's why so many Americans go to outside of overseas and go to different country, Morocco, Colombia, Ecuador. This one Mexico, because Mexico start looking like the United States. But they're going to a galleria, they're going to a fruit market, and they see apples in a natural way, bananas that you watch in the video that we made today, but especially bananas, apples, and a lot of fruit that they think because they're not shiny, they're not fresh to eat, right? And that's the part. Like I hear that a lot. Like people come here and say, but those bananas are how do you say, expired?
Expired.
Exactly, because they don't look like yellow. No, I mean that's regular bananas. That's how a banana looks, and you see it, and that's the part. Like all those is for make the fruit look really healthy and beautiful. You know, we call here like todo entra por los ojos. Like if you see it really nice, you buy it. But sometimes it's not true. All those chemicals and everything. Yeah, that I mean, seriously. For example, here that I used to work in a warehouse, the only thing that we
a warehouse, fruit warehouse.
Yeah,
in Medellin.
In Medellin, for me the especially apples, it just spray water. That's it to have that fresh look. But that's it, just like water. That's it, nothing else. But seriously, this is really shocking because people assume, so Americans assume like, oh my God, it's not like the States, so it's not good. No, actually it is.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. That makes a lot of sense.
So we had to become farmers because, well, mainstream food is poisoned. We had to get land and dig a well because the tap water is poisoned. We have to take responsibility for our own health because instead of treating the root cause of disease, our doctors just prescribe, you guessed it, poison. For our washing, we use baking soda and vinegar because, well, laundry detergent and fabric softener are poison. Our wives don't use birth control because it's poison. And before you say anything, that's not why I've got so many kids. I wanted a big family, all right? Our kids don't go to school because we don't want their minds to be poisoned. We don't vaccinate our kids because the vaccines contain poison and they're ineffective anyway. And we don't eat out in restaurants because they cook the food in seed oils, which are poison. Basically, we had to check out of society because we don't want to be poisoned. We're still working out how we can stop the poison being sprayed above our heads. But other than that, we're doing a good job at dodging most of it. If you want out of society too, comment yes and grab my book that will teach you how to buy land and start a community farm from scratch.
Hey Costco, what the hell is this? We bought these from Costco like a few days ago, and they were green.
And I've seen bananas like that in the States. So what what she's saying, I've seen gray bananas in the United States at Walmart plenty of times.
They were never yellow. They went from green to gray, and they sound like a squeaky shoe. I thought all the videos about the food being fake nowadays was just a conspiracy theory, but like, I've never seen fruit turn this color before. What is this? What is that? Do you hear this? look at the texture of it. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and try to open one, but like, I've never seen a banana look like this in my life or feel like this. It feels like rubber. Notice the stem.
Yep, I remember that in the States. I remember that in the States.
Look at.
If you drink Starbucks, watch this.
Starbucks didn't publish their ingredients for their coffee drinks. It was a mystery until I convinced a barista to show me the ingredients on the back of the bottles they were using to make menu items like their famous pumpkin spice lattes. I found out here in the United States, Starbucks was coloring their PSLs with caramel coloring level 4, an ingredient made from ammonia and linked to cancer, but using beta carotene from carrots to color their drinks in the UK. After publishing an investigation and widespread media attention, Starbucks removed caramel coloring from all of their drinks in America and started publishing the ingredients for their entire menu.
Okay. Artificial sweeteners are very toxic to our gut. They also cause sugar imbalances that can lead to not only diabetes, but also obesity. And artificial sugars are also neurotoxins. They affect our nervous system and also our brains. Okay, so you want to stay away from stevia as well too. Do your own research. You'll find the data is pretty consistent with that as well. And then the final one is processed meats. Okay, processed meats like bacon, breakfast sausages, deli meats like turkey meat, like the thin sliced turkey meats, bologna, ham, etc. These processed smoked meats, all of these meats, these processed meats, unfortunately, are laced with these salts that are called sodium nitrate, okay, and nitrates. These sodium nitrate compounds are carcinogenic, okay? As a matter of fact, the governing body, as I mentioned before, that is the IARC, that determines what is carcinogenic, what causes cancer, has put processed meats, the same one, we make these sandwiches for our kids, we're making for ourselves for lunch. They have put these meats in the same category with cigarettes, asbestos, and plutonium, okay? So as a result, these meats are banned outside of the US as well too, okay? Now, I'm gonna give you a few bonus Skittles, okay? How often did we eat those as kids? Shocker, papaya, and specifically papaya, the fruit from Hawaii, and soy, because they're genetically modified. The vast majority of papaya that comes from Hawaii is genetically modified. And as a result, it is banned in many other countries. And then also sugar cane, because sugar cane is treated with a chemical as well.
For cleaning all vegetables and fruits, I always put in this big basket some of baking soda. Obviously, you know what is a baking soda, and vinegar. And vinegar, and water, of course. And that's how I clean all of this for this week. Yeah, because it's better to clean all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you plan on doing the strawberries, correct?
The strawberries and the green beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's how you usually do our spinach and our other vegetables.
The fruits, potatoes, onions, tomatoes, cilantro, apples, limes. Yeah.
All right. Looking good. Thank you, Mrs. Spence.
Now, I know this has been a shock in terms of the list that we've done today, but what's really important for you to know and understand is that the foods that our ancestors ate, our grandparents ate, our great-grandparents ate, it is not the same food that we're eating today. And what's being allowed in the food supply, unfortunately, especially here in America, but also in other developing nations, in my opinion, is why we're so sick, why we're so overweight, and why we're dying so early. So make sure you know and understand the importance of, you know, not just finding the right herb or the right superfood to eat to stay healthy or to even heal yourself, but you have to also realize there are so many things you have to take out of your diet, because if you don't, that is the factor that you cannot ever defeat. Okay, it's an uphill battle you can never defeat. So you have to be constantly removing the unhealthy things and replacing them with things that are natural and also in line with our biology. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. And comment below on, what was the big shock for you in the number of all of the foods that I mentioned today. What was the big shock for you? And then also, here's what's important. And I say this with love and kindness, is that, start to figure out where you're going to start to eliminate. And what I would say is eliminate these foods from your home first. And I always tell people, start to add healthy foods, but also be subtracting as you go, because that's how you achieve health. Okay. Until the next time, peace and blessings and Godspeed.
All right, gentlemen, there's a reason why we wanted to wrap this video up.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we talked about this topic, because a lot of us, this is a travel channel, basically, relationship/travel channel called Love Crossing Borders, where we help you find love across borders or fall in love with the borders that you cross. And one of the things for us is not about just getting a passport. That's great. And having the money to get a passport or even relocating to other countries. But the reason why we're talking about diet is so that your body and your mind can be healthy so you can enjoy your journey. Some of you want to do something. Some of you guys say, I want to go zip lining. Bruh, you weigh 415. You know that zip line ain't made for your big ass. You know that, right? Some of you brothers want to go and climb and hike, like me and Jay Fleming and my man Roosevelt, who I went today. He's a fitness guy. You're unhealthy, but because you smoke cigarettes, you ain't hiking nowhere no time too soon.
It's very important to have a good condition to travel.
Yes, it is.
That's so true. You can't even walk in Europe because you get tired in 5 steps, like for real. So that's the thing. Like, you don't take. We got this in Colombia. If you don't, you can have all the money that you want. If you don't have health, you don't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You can have, like I said, you can have a lot of money, great businesses and everything, but you don't have the health to enjoy your life and money. That's like you put that money on your trash, because seriously, you're not doing anything.
So true. So that's why we decided to speak on this particular topic tonight. We just want you guys to not only have the money to travel or relocate, have the passport, stamps, but we also want you to be able to enjoy your journey. For example, like Andrea was just talking about walking. We all know that Medellin is in many areas is uphill down here, especially in the tourist area where it is in El Poblado, very much hills. A lot of you guys can't make it and enjoy El Poblado like you want to because you can't make the walk. You can make it to Parque Yeris and back to your hotel room, or you need an Uber to get everywhere, only 5 blocks away. But because of that, the reason for that is because you're not taking care of your health. The last thing that I want to mention is for guys that are traveling, that I want you to be able to enjoy the healthy foods in other countries. A lot of times we don't enjoy the healthy foods because we're so used to unhealthy foods in our own country. We're about to wrap this up tonight. We appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting the channel once again.
This is Andrea.
And Andrea.
No, this is you, Andrea and Andrea. Like
of Love Crossing Borders.
Love Crossing Borders.
We're out of here. Let me give you guys one of the cowgirl outros. Shout out to all you guys that are here and supporting the channel. And we'll be seeing you guys again mañana. Okay.
Ay, mi amor, tienes que creer. que bonito.